Hi, this is Anthony. Welcome back to my show. I want to keep today's video very short, and this one is in a different direction than many of my videos. Over the past 15 years, I have been a volunteer on many local, nonprofit, civic, and governmental boards and commissions. These include everything from the county's Civil Service Commission and Planning Commission to various budget committees on different levels, to arts and culture advocacy, to civics education organizations, and I even helped to found our local community library, which if you go to their Wikipedia page, you'll see me listed. Anyway, so I've had a lot of experience on many different boards dealing with many different types of people. And I've thought about what motivates people to volunteer for such groups, what motivates people to stay on, often for prolonged periods of time, and also what motivates people to leave boards, especially when they still believe in the mission of the organization. I'm going to give a definition, and the words are my own, but the concept is something that I heard many years ago on a late-night radio talk show where an expert on boards was being interviewed. So I'm not going to claim having originated the concept, just that these words are my own, as I don't remember exactly the wording that the expert used, but I believe that the concept has been retained. So here's my definition, and in this case I'm talking about volunteers on a board of directors, although it's true for all types of volunteers. Volunteers want to feel like valued members of an excellent team. And obviously, I certainly agree with that. Volunteers generally are not getting paid, so they could spend their time doing so many other things. But when they find an organization where they believe in the mission and they want to help their community, there's nothing more corrosive than other people not valuing their contributions. And here again, I'm talking about volunteers on a board of directors, not volunteers in the larger sense where they don't have any directorial responsibilities. And what are some ways that people can feel valued? Again, generally volunteers are volunteering in whatever capacity because they believe in the mission of the organization. They're not doing it for money or for recognition. But it never hurts for the top leadership to call out and recognize somebody in particular and thank them in front of the board or the larger organization. Something like that doesn't cost anything. You could create a monthly or quarterly recognition program. Printing up a fancy certificate with their name probably is going to cost less than 25 cents, and it's probably going to result in more than 25 cents of gratitude from the recipient. For something that might be a bit bigger but not necessarily cost much more money, is getting local businesses to donate items that can be given to volunteers is a possibility. Giving a recipient an oversized coffee mug with a couple pieces of candy and a couple packets of coffee and other goodies, maybe a gift certificate or a gift card, shouldn't cost the organization any money, and it's often very appreciated. If you don't want to select individual volunteers based on merit to receive it, then hold a random drawing each month and give the winner the prize. So what does excellent team mean? There's an old saying about employees. Employees don't leave bad jobs, they leave bad managers. Now obviously there's lots of bad jobs out there that people leave because the job is too difficult for the amount of money that they get paid or for various other factors. But I think that we can agree that most people have seen many situations where a job and organization is perfectly fine, but a bad supervisor or manager starts creating a toxic environment where people start heading for the door. So when we look at a volunteer board of directors, people generally want to work with other people who know what they're doing and know what they're talking about when engaging in the business of a nonprofit board. And being on a nonprofit board is not necessarily always a fun and easy task. There are certain legal requirements that nonprofits need to carry out each year, and directors have some level of legal responsibility for being on a board. Often when making a decision on something, including decisions that one would think would be no-brainers, it can turn into a very long and heated discussion. Sometimes board members go off on tangents that are unrelated to the core of the issue being discussed, and sometimes the chair or president of the organization has difficulty keeping the focus of the discussion clearly on the topic at hand. Now obviously, depending on the board, you're going to have people of differing levels of knowledge and experience. Some people, hopefully, might be very knowledgeable about operating a nonprofit and participating in board meetings. And other people are going to be novices, but hopefully being enthusiastic about learning and furthering the mission of the organization. But in practice, you're going to have a wide range of people that often do not necessarily fit together as an efficiently functioning board. You may have a founder or founders who started the organization many years ago, and it's time for them to move on, but they don't want to go. or just long-term board members who have been on for many years, don't contribute all that much, and are really just there for the social component of meeting with their old friends on a periodic basis, but really are not helping the organization move forward in a dynamic manner. These people are called deadwood. And sometimes you get people, often new, young, enthusiastic people, that have an agenda that may not be completely in alignment with the mission and goals of the organization, but through their inexperience and ulterior motives and goals may become a disruptive factor. These types of people and many others can contribute to a dysfunctional and or toxic board that pushes off other people from it, either leaving midterm or not renewing their candidacy when elections come around again. So again, those good directors are not leaving a bad organization. They're leaving a bad board, which is bad because of some of these less than desirable board members. Okay, that's all I wanted to say for today. Have you ever served on a nonprofit board of directors? What have your experiences been? Do you agree with what I've written here? I plan to do more videos on this subject in the future, but I tried to keep this one very short, so I just looked at a couple things. This is literally 1/10% of all there is to talk about the subject, but I wanted to keep the videos short and inspire some dialogue with my viewers. Hopefully by now you subscribe to this channel and like the video. I would love it if you looked at my other videos. Hopefully click the like button on those and leave a comment, even a short one. All those things really help me out in building a following. I'm on Instagram at Anthony R.R. Mills. You can follow me there. Thanks for watching and good luck in life.